But yeah, we're gonna keep. I want to keep this on the topic on the game today.
Exactly. That's what we're trying to do.
Like we were talking about beforehand. Keep the drama to a minimum for once.
That is true. Yes, y'all know, guys. Anyway, okay. First of all, let's start off by introducing yourself for those who don't know you.
Are we recording now?
Yeah, we've been recording.
Okay. I'm Gaz. I've been doing this for a while. I do YouTube videos for Warframe. Done some for Destiny in the last couple months too. Those have been somewhat successful.
Okay.
And I stream on Twitch as well.
Okay.
And get stuff done. Been playing Warframe since 2014.
Sheesh.
Not making videos that whole time. But yeah.
I get you.
And just kind of chilling, wishing things were a little bit better around here. Really need DE to pull out the stops at TennoCon, which we still don't know about when this is being recorded.
Okay, you need to you okay, just for everybody, you got to do the intro. You got to do the intro.
Whoa. Is that checking the mail yet? Like we talked about this.
You got to do the intro, man. Come on.
All right. I just woke up. Are we sure about this?
Yeah, come on.
How about the end? We can do an outro.
Okay. We'll do the
outro.
All right. Okay. For those who don't know, Gaz and I were both part of a stream team a while back.
I guess you could call it that.
Yeah, but that fell apart due to particular reasons or an individual. But yeah, let's keep drama to a minimum, right? Not gonna lie, the first time I got introduced to Gaz was because of a drama video about his clan, some clan thing. I was sent this video.
Which, by the way, like the clan system in this game is still abusable by a singular toxic individual. Like, if you are the founding clan warlord, you can still just delete the clan. There's no vote. It's not like a democracy at all. It's like, yo, bro, I'm having a bad day, and I really don't like that one guy who's here for research. Delete. 900 people, delete. Like, you can still do that. Like, there is really... They need to change that. It's crazy. Because, like, there's some people that have, like, not been playing the game for a while that are probably, like, clan leaders. Like, I think it's, like, after a month of no playing, like, it might switch leadership over, but...
They have that for Lost Ark. Like, if you don't log in for a month, it instantly switches to, like, the deputy... Or anyone who's
I played some mobile games where that's the same thing too. And it's like for Warframe though, like building like those games usually are like, okay, like the clan or the dojo or whatever, the guild, it's usually like, oh, I'm gonna matchmake for a raid, and then we're gonna have 4 people already for the raid because we have a clan full of people. In this game, it's like I'm about to build this gigantic spaceship dojo, and it's gonna take me like however much work. I got different rooms. I got a robot in there. I got the dojo lab for the research.
Yep.
That's a lot of time, dude. Like
and resources.
Yeah, as someone that did a solo clan after that mine got deleted, like it didn't take me that long because, like I said, I've been playing for 8 years. I got all this stuff, but gathering all these little things together, like formas and whatever, dude, it is not like just a walk in the park unless you already have the stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I really wish they would have looked at that, but nothing came of it, basically.
All right. Speaking, since we're still on the semi-drama topic, I mean, if y'all been living under a rug, you heard about the whole resource booster fiasco. Gaz released.
No, I didn't hear about that. What's the situation?
Gaz released the video. He went mad about it, but then DE retaliated. Right, just to save face, I'm guessing, or something. How do you feel about that?
I mean, that's one way to put it. If you are a evangelist, crazy YouTuber like me that is tricking people to like them, apparently. But I've been looking at the forums a little bit too much.
Is that a thing?
Yes. I don't want to get into drama, so I'm not going to go into too much details. But I could. I definitely could right now.
I mean, it's content.
I don't want to name drop any other creators in your podcast because I'm not signing you up for that right now.
Okay. It's a creator now we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it someone we know?
It's definitely someone that you and I know very well.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone hates me, but it's okay. Everyone also loves me, so it works out.
No worries. Hey, listen. I kind of face the same thing as you do. Apparently, when I make a discussion topic video, I am copying GAZ TTV. Did you know that?
I mean, you are, but, you know.
What, dude? What do you mean?
You can pretend you're not, which is also, you know, viable strategy.
Yes. Apparently,
And, you know, whenever I make a build video or a tier list video, I'm copying from you, so it works out.
Yeah. Apparently, we're also the same person. For some reason. Okay. Moving on to game topic related things. You, as someone who's been playing this game since 2014, as you said, how do you feel about the current state of Warframe? Whether it be bugs, you know, stack decay bugs, the player base, and you know, tell me, what do you feel about it?
Just in general. I feel like we're kind of coasting off 4-year-old content. For the most part, we've got Zeramon, which at this point, most people that were playing. So you know what's funny? I actually took an entire month off of content creation, like around when Echoes of Zeramon came out. And if you like look in a vacuum, what Echoes of Zeramon added, which is, by the way, the second Ghost update this year, so be looking out for Echoes of Daviri, and honestly maybe even Echoes of Tennokan later this year too. So during Echoes of Zeramon, we got like 5 new arcanes, which is cool. I mean, I think all of the arcanes are good from what I remember. Maybe one of them is like kind of meh, the Eternal Logistics. But beyond that, there was like 2 other weapons, like 2 Incarnon weapons. The Inodem is really cool, and then the Fel Arcs, I haven't even like Incarnon leveled it up yet because I just wasn't digging it.
It doesn't do anything special, don't worry.
Yeah, it's like a full auto strun, and then the Incarnon mode is like feels worse for some reason. Like it looks like it's AoE, but it's not actually AoE.
It's not. It's just it tickles enemies.
Yeah, so like just putting that in perspective, like that was like what, like a month and a half ago, and we're coasting off that till Tennokan, and then like a lot of the kind of people play is like ancient stuff, like arena endo farms, Eidolon fights, Prophet. I guess people technically play Prophet Taker a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there to do? Like that's game changing. Like they said they are going to add new game modes, but do people really do those new game modes for anything else except farming? You know, Zeraman standing.
Yeah. They don't. They'll get the like I was saying. I took a month off. I've already gotten all the arcane sets just by turning in rep, and then like a couple from Thrax, because Thrax can drop arcanes too. I've talked about this a lot on stream.
Yeah.
I don't know. It must be a staffing issue with DE that like a lot of these gamers that are out there nowadays are just used to like. I mean, I play Destiny 2, and like I was just playing Destiny 2 a little bit last night, and what Destiny 2 does, like, let's start off with their dev team is triple the size of DE. They have over 1,000 employees. DE has 300, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw them a bone there already. But going on,
I mean, there are other dev teams that have fewer staff members, and they still are able to like work their ass off and put out decent content. Without it
might be like an issue of like, you know, unexperienced staffing as well. I mean, like we were just talking about with that resource booster weekend. Just to put it in a quick perspective, like there was a announcement that there was potentially there was an official word on the Tennokan hype site. There was gonna be a double resource week, not just a weekend. It was a big mess. I'd recommend checking my videos if you want to see the story.
An actual week? Did they say an actual week?
I sent you the videos, but yes, they said 6 days, affinity booster, and what's the other one? Resource booster, and we haven't had one of those in over 2 years.
That's true. I remember when they first released the resource booster. A lot of people are just busy farming spores, argons. Most of the Eidolon community are just going ham.
Yeah, but just getting back on topic, like seasonal content. So that's kind of like what Nightwave was sold to us as at first, where it's going to be seasonal story content. And as someone that was playing, I know, right? It's just like crazy thinking about it right now, because that's how it was initially sold. It's like me as a Destiny 2 player, like I've also been playing that game since launch too, whenever that came out. And what they're doing nowadays, it's like basically a seasonal, it's actual seasonal content. Like every 3 months, they drop some new, like, it's not even a DLC, but it kind of is. There's some free player content in there. There's kind of some stuff if you paid. Not really as much value if you paid, as far as I'm concerned. But that's every 3 months. And it usually has a finale of the 3-month, like, seasonal content at the end where something changes.
Yeah.
In Warframe, we kind of had that with the Wolf of Saturn 6. It wasn't exactly 3 months.
I don't even remember the whole thing about Wolf of Saturn 6. What was that all about? I wasn't even following the story.
I remember everything either, but I'm just gonna go off of what like I vaguely remember. So I think it started out he was not so he became a sentient by the end of the event.
What?
Like, you don't remember that? He had a sentient like mind control mask on him near the end.
Bro, I don't.
And that's when we started getting the Jovian Concord, the Corpus Jupiter remaster. Okay,
Really?
well, let me just we'll get to that part, okay? We'll get to that part.
Okay.
So it starts out, and the wolf is like, yo, seasonal content is here. It's free, by the way, so no complaining. And he was like basically a mini stalker, but you wouldn't get marked by him, if I remember. And this was when we had really different armor scaling. I think he had some DR thrown in there too.
Yeah, this was before Steel Path, right? Yeah.
This might have been actually old Blood Rush too, where a 2x multiplier got you like red crits, but it's a little bit fuzzy. So basically, he would summon in as a stalker guy. He had these little mini like minions that would just annoy you pretty much. They were these fugitives that you just killed with him. I think you had to kill the fugitives to kill him, but and then they fought him for a while, multiple months, and then there was a little like mini event where you could like target farm him. Like he would guarantee spawn every time, and I think he dropped like a weapon, the wolf sledge. He also dropped an operator cosmetic called the.
But wasn't that with the what do you call it? The beacons, right? You got. I
think they added beacons eventually, but you did not have to use a beacon to fight him ever. Like he was a randomly spawning enemy, and then he had a guaranteed mission for a while too.
I see.
But yeah, near the end, like they gotta say, it's seasonal content. It's supposed to be seasonal story content. They tied it into the story of when we are getting the Jupiter remaster because Alan V is like sentient Corpus hybrid stuff. He kind of like screwed with the wolf a little bit too and made him a sentient Grenier hybrid.
Damn.
If you look in the codex, it might be in there, but I'm not sure if they kept it like that.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that.
but like that's done well. Like it might have been more than 3 months, and it wasn't exactly perfect. But that's what they're selling it to us first. And like to keep players engaged, you want to have your game feeling alive.
Yeah. I mean, that was like the first of it. Like it was when Nightwave actually meant something.
Yeah. And like I don't mind that they're like completely basically discarded a Nightwave at this point because
it's fucking sad.
I just want them to make big, good updates. And they've kind of shown that they're not really willing to focus on Nightwave with the amount of staffing and like effort that's needed to keep. If we had a Wolf Saturn 6 every Nightwave, like I feel like we'd be in a much different state in the game right now, where it's like honestly, if we had that many like substantial stories in Nightwave, I feel like the story would be a lot further too. Like not even like gameplay wise. Because like you look, what has happened since the Wolf of Saturn 6 in the story, right? Like
after
we
that,
got a railjack,
we got some
and we got the new war.
What is that? What was after that? Some infested kid, or something?
Yeah, that one was kind of cool too, but like it just went on too long that people felt like it wasn't going anywhere.
Which came up first, Glassmaker or the kid?
Glassmaker was after Infested.
I see.
We've gotten like 3 like actual story-based Nightwaves. We've gotten Wolf, Arlo, and then Glassmaker. And Glassmaker, I think it felt like a year, honestly, that one was around. Because those I call them glass holes. They would seriously they would get stuck in your coronet. Because this is during the time we were doing Ophelia. They would get stuck in your coronet underground. True. It was so annoying.
I remember that, dude. I remember when we went down there to farm fucking
everything.
Polly, and they would just get stuck, dude.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Also,
see, like that's when the game felt alive. It's like, man, these guys are like, it's annoying, but it was memorable, you know. And now we got we're about to get Nora's Remix Volume 2 up in here on like July 17th. Which about to be if you didn't see my video on that, it's the exact same thing as Nightwave we currently got, but they're changing 2 augment mods. There's gonna be 2 new weapon augment mods.
But it's the same fucking rewards, right?
It's the exact same stuff besides like maybe a couple different cosmetics.
So what's the point?
And there's no story. There's no story with it at all. So yeah.
Okay, you being someone who plays Destiny 2, how would you feel if DE added a paid battle pass, and that paid battle pass came with, like the paid rewards and the free rewards and actual seasonal content? How do you feel about that? I'm actually down for that, like $10 every like 40 days or some shit.
Well, here's the thing: is like, how can we guarantee that it actually feels even somewhat remotely worth it? I mean, because I'll tell you what, when I bought that Garuda Prime accessories bundle and I found out that the ephemera goes invisible when you're nearby an enemy, I was kind of mad.
What?
And
what was the ephemera?
Yeah, you didn't know that? It's a $50 ephemera, but if you're nearby an enemy, it goes invisible until the enemy's dead.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. I'm never buying Prime Access again. But, if they could guarantee it's actually somewhat cool, even if it was just like an Umbra Forma for $10, I would potentially consider it if I wasn't so mad at them right now.
I think a lot of people are just disappointed in like the dev team.
Yeah,
and like
definitely, it's like the people have had their last straw moment like way before any of us have, like already, and like that's already passed. And then you do something like whatever. Different people get mad about different things, or like I feel like this game has a lot of those types of moments where it's like, I'm about to remember what you just did right there, DE. Like, you did not need to do that, and you did. And then it's like, it just feels spiteful and malicious sometimes, some of the changes that are made.
True.
Or just like, kind of like not really taking into account the long-term player behavior and player like favored methods. Like when they did the Eidolon, or not Eidolon, the focus rework, like, I'm not going to pretend like people were really thinking rational about it, but the transference delay thing does feel really bad.
It is painful. It is so painful.
And they're claiming that's a bug, which they're claiming that the resource booster mistake was a typo, but with a picture. You can't really typo a picture.
Oh, dude.
So
wait, did they actually say it's a typo, even though they added the picture?
Yes, there is. That's the official response.
How do you typo a fucking picture, dude? What the hell?
You don't, but apparently you do. But at the same time, yeah. So that's what their official response was.
Sure.
You know what would have been a better idea? And honestly, like, this is like evil PR marketing 101.
Yes.
Because like, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go in on a theory I have. So I messaged this one to you before we started, where it's like, okay, well, DE like they had this announcement for a 6-day resource booster, and then like they yoinked it. GAZ got it back. The community got it back in general. But now it's a 2-day booster instead of a 6-day booster. So was this the plan all along, to manipulate the community and play them like a fiddle, and then bait and switch, going from 6 days to 2 days when we've been clamoring for this thing for 2.5 years?
It's only 2 days.
Yeah, it's like a Barrow visit, and Barrow feels like he's hardly even here in the first place.
And it's like he doesn't bring anything worthwhile, anyway, especially for those who have the stuff.
Yeah, I could go on all day about like that as well. But
and then there's Zur.
What was I talking about?
Oh, jeez. Oh, wait.
Okay, well, yeah. Speaking about Barrow could use a rework. Like, how about like a universal format at Barrow?
A fucking rework indeed.
A new item he brings every visit, where it's like, I'm about to drop 500 ducats and like 5 mil credits on this thing, but it is a prestigious item. Like, it's hard to build. I gotta drop like 4 Forma.
I was actually talking about that. Something similar.
I want to have like a unique build that like no one else has. Like, Barrow came here. I dropped fat resources on this, and my Wukong build is more AFK than anyone else could ever build, unless they did the same thing.
You know, it would actually make it interesting, but also annoying, right? Make his like, let's say he brought an item unique to him. He has 4 variants of this one item. So think of it like, Destiny and the different rolls that you get from a weapon. So one weapon, right, with different variation. One has more crits. Let's say, for example, a Soma Prime, right? This Soma Prime will be more heavy in base damage and status chance. Another version of that Soma Prime will be a lot higher in crit chance and less status chance. Another one will be hybrid 50-50. The other one will have a bonus elemental,
like Kuga weapons, but more RNG.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've thought about that too. Basically build your own Kuva weapon, where it's like, I like the I don't like the Kuva Karak, but I'm gonna use an example. I like the Kuva Karak, but man, that thing does not have enough status chance. So you'd go, and let's say you have like 20 points possible that you can like distribute throughout all the stat bars,
and not enough,
it's
not enough magazine as well.
Yeah, it's like I want to put magazine and status chance in the Kuva Karak because I want like a hunter munitions build that can kill a Demolist in one shot or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd have 20 points. Now, of course, the problem with this would be who the heck's going to mod for like recoil reduction and like all these stats that don't actually matter in this game. But we're just go on the idea anyway. It's like I got 20 points. I'm going to put 10 into crit. I'm going to put 5 into status. I'm going to put like 2 into reload. And that's your unique weapon that fits your play style that you enjoy.
Like Destiny 2 crafting where you put points into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I just crafted a raid gun the other day, and like it was a lot of resources, and
oh my god, this
I feel like I earned that weapon. Like it's exactly the way I want it. Like it's not like use these meta perks. Like no, I built the one I wanted. It was hard to build like resource wise. And like I'm never gonna like get rid of that weapon.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be your unique weapon that you put work into it.
In Warframe, it doesn't. I don't feel as attached to the guns in this game. Mostly because there's no RNG involved. And like you were just saying, like what if I had a Soma Prime that's like, my Soma Prime has like a 5x crit multiplier, like at base. Like I am a complete god if I use Arcane Avenger. Like no one has this. If someone does, it's just like Rivets. If someone does have this, they are like extremely, extremely lucky and like. It's not supposed to be that way, which is why Rivens feel like the only loot in this game to me that actually matters, because I look at my Riven for like, let's say the Shedu, one of my favorite Rivens. I have a damage multi-shot crit chance minus zoom. The amount of people that have that Riven out there, probably under 10. And even if someone wanted to actively pursue getting the same Riven I have, they pretty much couldn't unless they found someone that was selling it.
True.
Which is probably not the best thing, but also it's all we got. And it lets you differentiate yourself from other players. Where it's like, okay, what differentiates you from other players in this game?
Well, the thing
is, your fashion frame, and that's
not going to be. Yeah, and another thing was brought up in chat, but yes, casuals will bitch about it. But that's the thing, right? We need to have content that separates, casual player base.
It's not required. It's not like the normal Soma Prime will go away.
Yeah, exactly. Like we need to have something for people who are actually willing to put in the time and effort. But then you'll have casuals. Oh, why did he get it? He put in so much work, and I can't play the game as much as he can. But why can't I have it? You literally just answered your own question.
No. Yeah. I just started playing Lost Ark. I want to go in on this a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
Free to play people and casuals. There needs to be a point with DE and this game where we get some actual fun content and even a plat sync. Like I would not be mad. If what you're talking about right there, that is plat only. You have to pay plat to get into a mission where it's like, it's a corrupted Kuva fissure. Where it's like, okay, corrupted fusion weapons can drop here.
Corrupted
it's like,
fusion weapons? What the fuck is that?
It's the idea, the name I just made for the thing you were just talking about.
Okay.
Where it's like, okay, I found a man in the wall version of the Soma Prime. It had like void, like tentacles coming out of it. And like you just said, oh look, I got lucky. It's got toxin. It's got crit. I'm so happy right now. Like good thing I have some actual freaking cool loot dropping in here. Like, for me, I'm MR32 with 100k plat. Like I want some cool missions.
Yeah, like right now you ain't got nothing else to spend that plat on.
I know. It's like, and you play Lost Ark, and it's like people are like, Lost Ark is pay to win. I haven't gotten to that point where it's like. Having a level 25 weapon is like something I'm even thinking about, but I watched Asmongold the other day doing that, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I dropped like $3,000 on my gear," like
which is actually
Warframe,
not needed.
Yeah, in Warframe, like you can't drop money on gear like that and actually feel like you're getting rewarded at all. Like anyone that pays $3,000 for gear in Warframe is a complete moron. Like I paid $500 for Tenogen, but like that has nothing to do with builds at all.
No, it's just fashion. You're just paying to look good, dude.
Yeah, and like honestly, like I kept going down like, I hope this game never comes pay to win. There is no winning in this game, dude.
There isn't.
Just let me buy whatever I want at this point. And they do let you buy nearly everything. You can buy Oracle cells. You can buy
credits.
You can buy credit. You can't buy XP yet, but eventually you probably will be able to.
Oh man, just imagine. People be like, "Yo, I don't want to spend time in doing fucking Adaro, doing this just to level up. Here, let me just drop some, 100 plat max." I think 100 plat will be too cheap for a max level. Man.
I think we have like an exciting content epidemic right now in Warframe, where it's like I said earlier, with 4 years old content.
Yeah.
Eidolon fights, like, they are. How many years have they been in? Like, they've been in since Plains of Eidolon. Like
2017 was the release of the tier lists.
Yeah, the Hydra list and the Gaunt list weren't out yet. Back then.
They came after when they removed.
So let's just call it like 4 or 5 years. They have had the same. After you kill the Terror list, the Gaunt list and the Hydra, they got 3 spawn spots, right?
4.
4 spawn spots in 4 years. You don't see 99% of the planes you're doing an Eidolon fight. Like, they need some more spawn locations. I know it would ruin it for speedrunning, but like, dude, just for me as a casual, like, trying to just jump in there and do one for fun, I am already sick of those 3 spots, and I've only done like under 100 of them.
I actually understand what you're saying. Like, it's actually funny because when you start the fight, right, you just, the tier list can spawn in like several different locations. Yeah. And you have to go after him. But after you're done that, you just go back to the shrine.
Like an actual hunt. I'm hunting down the Eidolon.
Yeah, you have 4.
I'm not spawn camp with the Eidolon.
Yeah. The Gary Terry, they have their own like 4 designated spots. And it's been min-maxed to shit now that you have shields ready in place. So you would go there, pop shields, boom, the limb is down. You're just there. It makes sense for speedrunning and setups and all that. But yeah, it gets to a point where, like, we've done this. We've done the same fucking routine.
Some of you guys done that thousands of times.
Oh my god! And people right now have that shit min-max. If you don't know the Nova strat, right? I've been trying out.
I have not been watching any videos on it.
Trying out recently.
I saw the Zenith though. The shooting through the ground, the Zenith is pretty cool.
Yeah. So basically, what happens, right? You set up your Nova portals at 3 spawn locations. And just in front of the shrine, when you put in the shards, you have the shields in front of the Nova. So as soon as you put in the shields, you activate your Matera and you shoot into the 3 portals. Boom. So it doesn't matter where it's spawning, if it's those 3 locations, if it's spawning within those 3 locations, you've already insta-tapped the shields without even having to void dash. And if it's in the long spawn, right, you put your operator in a special position on top of the shrine, and you just press slash unstuck, and you instantly TP to far spawn to pop the far spawn shield. Right? It's min-max to shit right now. Like I
know what you mean now. Yeah. So you use a Nova wormhole to teleport to where the Terror list is going to spawn.
No.
Or whatever
you use your Propa shot, your secondary fire.
Oh, you Propa through the portal.
Yeah.
I forgot you could do that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Either way, like, I'm going to go on this too. I feel like the fact that speedrunning Eidolons is even like possible makes them feel less prestigious. Like, how exciting are these fights if you're doing 18 of them in like an hour, right? Like, imagine if it was like you were struggling to get one Hydra list captured done in an hour. Like that, that would be more exciting to me. Where it's like, I'm not really into the rating in Lost Ark, but I've been told the rating in Lost Ark is freaking. It is hardcore. Like, you're paying gold every time you die. Like,
no, you don't pay gold every time you die.
For a Legion raid?
No, you don't pay gold. No, you get gold if you complete it.
Okay, well, whatever. The people that I was talking to said that every time you die and wipe, there's an item that costs gold you have to use to revive.
What? Who the fuck told you that?
Some guy that said he was doing Volton. I think that's what it's called. But either way, like, hardcore content should require like hardcore play.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You can solo everything in this game. There's nothing in this game you can't solo.
True that.
And I mean the forum post called the temporary removal of Warframe raids. Guess how many years old that post is?
Which one?
The temporary removal of Warframe raids by DE. It's over 4 years old.
Wait, did they say temporary?
Yes, temporary, as in not permanent. And this year we did get I think it was a survey where it's like what level would you want the raids to be at? Like low level, sortie level, steel path?
Oh yeah.
And I actually didn't vote for steel path because if DE is gonna be putting some work into this content, the truth here is, steel path is like those guys on the forums with 6,000 forum posts in 2 years, they don't even know how to mod properly. If you're gonna waste your time on making a raid for those guys, don't make a steel path, or they're just gonna cry in the forums more.
You see what I find really hypocritical about the Warframe player? Yes, I'm talking to you guys, right? They cry about, DE, give us raids, we want content, blah blah. They get content that's, raid specific, difficult, and then it's like, oh, DE, it's too hard. What the fuck do you want then? They wanted Steel Path? Steel Path is a fucking joke. For those who you know how to mod, you know how to fucking move from one point to another.
Wasn't Steel Path made for YouTubers? That's like what the actual like canon reason was from the guy that doesn't go on dev streams anymore.
Yeah. That. Oh. yeah. Apparently, he doesn't want people to be in Simulacrum anymore. But we're still in Simulacrum.
And now we're complaining we can't spawn Steel Path in the Simulacrum.
Oh, but I get it, like, why ask for stuff if you can't handle it?
Yeah. Or here's the thing: if you're gonna ask for hard content and then you don't play the hard content, don't complain about the content being too hard. Like, get good, eventually learn. The only thing about some of these guys is like they are just so stubborn. It's like, bro, I don't want to mod for viral. I don't want to do a slash proc. I want to mod for blast damage, and I was gonna use the Ignis Wraith actually. Screw blast damage. I'm just gonna like full crit Ignis Wraith, no elementals.
I want a blast and heat build.
Yeah, they don't want to learn, and it's like, I'm not trying to force you to do anything you don't want to here, but if you want to play content like this, like, they made this for YouTubers. They clearly watch YouTubers builds. They're like, oh, these guys mod somewhat effectively. Like, they're utilizing the elements we put in this game. Like, viral increases damage, everything. Like, what would you know? Like, we use that with slash procs to bypass armor. Like, it's not hard to figure out. But, like, you just need to be willing to actually do something that you're not used to doing. And hell, maybe if you start doing meta-esque builds, you'll like it. And then you'll be like, whoa, I'm actually having more fun now. I'm blowing away the steel path in one shot with this viral hunter munitions build. I feel powerful. I don't feel like I'm struggling against, like, some lancers and a butcher at the beginning of Earth.
It's
it
funny.
Could change your perspective, and maybe just like after one try, it's like, I didn't like just insta killing everything. I'm gonna go back to struggling, and that's just how I like to play the game. That's totally fair. People like to do like Dark Souls challenges in this game, but here's the thing, though, that's not the norm. That's not what this game was designed for.
Exactly.
It was designed to become a complete death god. A little bit too easily, I'd say, but you eventually just become a complete death god, and nothing can stop you.
Yeah, it's a fucking power fantasy, but people don't understand that. It's like, if you want something different, you play another game. Warframe is designed for like this. And there are times where, like, I get stupid comments. Yes. You know who you are. So you make a guide, right? It literally tells you it's advanced, right? Fucking, it's not for casuals. And then they complain, why can't I do this? I don't want to go through this. I'm like, so why are you watching the video that literally has advanced in the fucking title? Like, well...
Not as bad as that one time that... Also, first off, good point. Yeah. That's reminded me of this one time. Like, we're talking about people that don't know what they're talking about. I made a video about Trinity Prime, and the guy's like, show it on normal Trinity. This is a fraud of the video. It doesn't work on normal Trinity. I'm like...
What?
Bro.
What's the difference?
Why do I even bother? Yeah, the 15 armor she gets, dude, it's gonna really make a difference in the shield gating setup.
Oh my god.
But these are the guys they're dealing with, and like their opinions and comments are being taken seriously a lot of the time. And
people like the video and shit. Like the comment. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. There's one. Hold up, let me look for it.
And like, I'm not expecting every player out there to be like a min-maxer, like,
True,
oh man, I'm gonna get a heat Kuva Nucor because I can have viral ant heat with less mods. Like, no, not everyone needs to think that way. But if you're getting into content that kind of requires that, you're only hurting yourself by not actually trying to learn and being stubborn.
Where the frick?
We don't got Endgame, but we got bullet sponge mode. Okay, that's the best I can do for you. In bullet sponge mode, you might not want to use a blast Ignis Wraith.
What, you don't? You don't? No way. I didn't know. I thought blast was, it's literally in the name. It blasts the enemy away. I'm sorry.
That would be cool if it did, actually, but it doesn't even do that.
Oh, yeah. So apparently, if you didn't know, there was some guy, right? When I released, there was this video about, like, I did a level 9K video versus level 9K enemies. Some guy thought I was hacking that I got level 9K enemies.
Wait,
because
you were? I thought you were too.
Yeah, because he's never seen level 9K enemies before. Here, I'll send you some of these, the comment, the screenshots, so you can see this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the game's not really designed to go to that point, which is why we have to basically crutch on, cheese strats at that point. But not hacking at all.
Yeah.
People think I'm hacking when they see my plat count. They're like, did you hack in that plat? I'm like, no, dude, I just really had nothing to do for a while.
How funny. He can't prove he did it. Anyone can install a mod to make their levels say level 9999. But he can show you their stats or how they will do against normal player. Dude is full of shit. Okay? There's more. So then he responded, you can get caught if you're using it online. It's very easy to copy Warframe's base game, remove online requirements, and play or use it as a sandbox game without any network connections.
Is any of this stuff actually possible? I feel like he's lying.
He's fully, like, he's on some fucking crack, dude. Like, I don't know how you can get to the point where you need to hack and do some fucking hacker man thing.
No, I mean, like, offline mode sounds kind of cool. Could you actually do that?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, I don't think you can do that. If it is, it's definitely against TOS.
Yeah. How the fuck?
EULA. Well, I rest my case. Like, these are some of the types of people we're dealing with here. And you know what? We all share the game together. So it's not like just because you refuse to take off that blast Ignis Wraith that you're a problem, but like, you're making yourself look like a fool when you complain about the Steel Path when you're rocking a blast Ignis Wraith. Which, by the way, the devs of this game rock a blast Ignis Wraith in their promo videos. So maybe they're just doing what they see on the screen.
The amount of shit that they do that makes you wonder, do they even play their game? Yes, they play their game. They play it for show on stream just to show you that they actually played their game.
But yeah, I want to go back into the Eidolon fight thing really quick. So, like, I was talking about how, like, I'm not super in Eidolon fights because I feel like they're repetitive.
Makes
and, like, just to even, like, push that further, the Scarlet Spear happened. I'm sure you know all about that. It might have been a couple years ago.
Go on.
But I got all my arcanes from the Steel Path, or not, from Scarlet Spear, pretty much. I got Arc and Energize, I got Fury, Avenger, blah, blah, blah.
Fair.
I feel like after that, they needed to do something with the loot for Eidolon fights.
You don't say.
Like, really badly. Maybe even before the Scarlet Spear.
They need to work a lot of shit in the Eidolon hunts. Actually, Plains of Eidolon itself is so buggy. Did you hear? Did you? Okay, I'm not
I've heard most.
People who don't hunt won't know these bugs. So there's a bug, right? If you're hacking a lure while you're in the Arcwing and someone touches you, you will get a fucking spotlight on your face, and you can't get rid of this spotlight.
Oh my gosh.
No matter what you do, go into the water, K-drive, you literally have to restart the mission. And there's another bug, okay?
Yikes.
Think this. If you're in Arcwing, right? And let's say someone does a conservation, like he interacts with a pet, okay? You know that.
So I kicked them. All right, go on.
Okay. So now, when you blink with Arcwing, it doesn't show the animation. Right now, your picture is just zooming. There was no animation or any like blur lines that's showing that you're actually moving across the planes. No, you're literally just static image all the way through.
So we're crunching on 4-year-old content, like I said earlier. Okay, got it.
Yeah. This is just some of the Arcwing bugs.
Okay,
and
so yes,
one more.
Okay.
Peep this. Sorry, this is the one that bugs me the most. Right? Those other ones, they're fine. I can deal with them. This one, this side, I hate the most. Imagine there's nothing around you. Nothing around you. You're literally standing in the middle of nowhere. No obstacle above you. No obstacle anywhere around you. You get into the Arcwing, you get kicked off.
Ooh.
And you have a cooldown, and an internal cooldown, till you can actually go back up.
Wait, what? There's a cooldown on Arcwing now?
No, just that. It's just this bug. You get into Arcwing, you get kicked out, and now you can't go up into Arcwing. For a while, you're pressing the button, right?
That is pretty cringe.
And nothing is happening.
Okay, so but yes, bugs aside,
that,
I feel like if we're like a lot of people refer to Eidolons as like this is, I mean, they're big like building size monsters. Like you would think they'd be pretty crazy fights, and I mean they visually are pretty impressive. Like
Yeah, if you let them do their attacks, but if you're fast enough, you don't see shit. Yeah,
exactly. I think that's personally, I've always thought is kind of a problem where they don't look or feel perceived. If I'm watching someone just speedrunning it, it's like they're kind of just bullying this guy. It's not even like I haven't seen a single attack yet. Like it's just kind of lame.
True.
I feel like they could maybe do like a rework of them, not to make them slower, but like we could just start with some new loot possibly. Like maybe a new Eidolon sniper, like the barrel drops from the first guy, the receiver from the second guy.
Dude,
like just some stuff to keep people interested in, like
make it untradeable.
Yeah, make them tradable too. Because I'm not gonna want to be grinding Eidolon fights. I'm gonna go buy that for 1,000 platinum from somebody.
Make them untradeable, bro. That'll be.
Wait, no. I was just talking about how I don't want to grind it. You think I want to grind the new loot already,
dude?
No, that's for other people, bro. That's for other people.
Get your ass there. Hunt those dudes.
Yeah. So maybe some new arcanes somewhere, and then some new Eidolon gear that is tradable. So I'm not gonna get glitched in Arcwing like you were just talking about. And some spawns. I'd prefer that. Still, like, here's the thing: is like if you try to change the fights in any way, you're stepping on the toes of people who want to speedrun it. And I know people really like to enjoy speedrunning it, even though I don't feel like that's the way that I would like it personally to be. That's already happened. Like we've had years of that at this point.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like it should maybe feel a little bit more like. I mean, you don't even need like mega damage. You don't need to be like buffing with roar, chroma, mirage, all that stuff. You can one shot with like just one buff, pretty much, right?
Yeah, like back in the days when we used to hunt before helmets. By the way, guys, it was just vigorous swap and shock trooper. No ribbons required. You just vigorous swap to give you bonus base damage. Shock trooper to give you that electric damage will combine with your heat on your sniper, and then just shoot through the shield. You still one shot or two shot if you don't get an orange crit.
And it's like, like us as people that have like played the raids and like endgame content in like Destiny. I haven't played the raids in Lost Ark, but I've done some Guardian raids in Lost Ark. And there's no way I could ever solo that like at my gear level. Yeah, I just feel like an Eidolon fight does not feel anywhere near as like, it doesn't have as much oomph to it as like Firefox Yoho, which I know is a low level one, but I was getting my ass kicked by that guy, dude. Like,
we all went through that shit.
None of the fights feel anywhere near that hard.
We all went through that shit, dude. No worries.
Yeah, he's hard. He's rough. I got caught in fire and then turned into a fox and died.
Yo, just
like
wait
till I wasted like an hour fighting that guy, and I eventually just got carried.
Dude, just wait till you get to Night Fox. You fought.
I beat him.
No, Night Fox.
I'm on this like lion that like shoots out laser beams and keeps killing things.
Acades, I think.
Yeah, that's what he's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. I feel like if they want to revitalize Eidolon fights as stuff that people are like aspirationally looking at, I feel like some extra loot in there would grease the wheels a little bit, even for people that are like, oh, I have every arcane. I've had every arcane for 2 years. It's like, but this person still likes Eidolon fights. Some new loot for that guy would be great too.
Yeah, like I still do them, even though I've fucking farmed them to shit. All right.
Yeah, a lot of people that do Eidolon fights still, they're like, oh, the rewards don't matter. And then for me, like that's not how I play video games. Like that's not enough for me.
I mean, some people, they do the hunts because they enjoy the fights or they enjoy like the min-maxing or how fast they can go or kind of strats they can run or at meme loadouts they can. Because when I did like my 6x3s, I was like, okay, now I want to meme the shit out of this. So I started doing different weapons, different warframes. I fucking did a 6x3 with fucking Inaros. I did it with Loki. I did it like it's not that impressive, right?
Oh, it's impressive. It's just when you know what you're doing, like you are. It's like it's not like you had to like prepare for weeks to do an Inaros 6x3, right? It was like, oh, I'm just gonna go do it.
Exactly, and this was before the helmets. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But yeah, so like that kind of stuff is good. Like And there's many aspects to it. It's like if they make this type of content, like okay, let's say they waste their let's say they waste their time on some new like really cool Eidolon sniper rifle that drops from the tier list, drops from the Hydra list, all that stuff.
Yeah.
What percentage of players are going to even see that thing? That's the thing. It's like
still quite few. Yeah,
and it's like, is this worth their effort? Because they've had this 4-year-old fight in the game that have basically, like you just said, it's beyond buggy. And like I've been hearing like every update it's buggy. It's like, oh, now I just like I clip into the Eidolon's leg and I can't get out, or like whatever bug it ends up being. And it's a similar thing of why they remove raids in the first place, where it's like not enough people are playing these for the upkeep cost. And that's actually why they remove raids. If you guys didn't know that, it's like. Not enough people were playing it, and they said it just wasn't worth the bug fixes. And this was 4 years ago. And I'm kind of worried that if they do something like that, they're going to be like, it wasn't worth it. We're never going to do that ever again.
Yeah. And another thing with Eidolons, it's just that a lot of people they have this bad, there's a stigma, with hunters and the fights in general, right? Because a lot of people who want to get into hunts, they're put off, right? Or their friends are telling them, oh, Eidolon fights or Eidolon hunters, they're toxic. Believe it or not, the toxic people you meet are the ones in recruit chat who can barely do a 5x3. Those are the people, because they want to blame you, because it's not their fault that they made a mistake. No, it's you, right? Mm-hmm. And they're saying in their mind, right? Oh, I watched a video. I've seen how people do 6x3s. I'm at that level with barely any experience. Now, if you're not doing what those guys in the videos are doing, you're shit. But in reality, you're the shit show who didn't fucking charge the lure, expecting someone else to do it. Well, it's your job. And then that's how it builds up. You get a lot of people saying, oh, Eidolon hunters are toxic, elitist. The people who actually do 6x3s, they don't give a shit about any of these people.
Most part, right? Like, there's definitely some bad apples that are experienced players as well.
Yeah, I mean, most of them, they're just like, they're doing their own shit. They have their own little fucking cult, right? Yeah. And if people want to learn, like, yeah, sure, we can teach you. They will troll you, that's for sure. Just prepare to get trolled. But they're not, like, toxic, saying, oh, you're garbage or shit, blah, blah, blah. No. Now, you get a lot of people who are actually really wanting to get into these fights, but they're just put off by the whole idea that Eidolon hunters are toxic. And they won't help it.
And also, like,
the whole elitism thing.
It's like, at this point, like, why, if you are, like, someone in recruit chat looking for people to play with, like, why are you being so picky, Like, you clearly want a little bit of help. Why don't you, like, maybe teach somebody, like you were just saying, teach some of these guys, like, this is how you shoot the Eidolon or whatever. And it's like, that guy might become your new best friend, and then he will be hooking you up with some help along the way.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
That's like I was saying about
raids. If we get raids back, like, there's no way the DE can do a new raid properly. There's no way. I feel like they'd have to, like, outsource it to someone else. I don't trust them to design counters properly. Yeah. And also, if we get a new Warframe raid, they need to put some RNG in there, because
as far as the encounters are concerned. Not only that, they need to put effort, they actually need to make it feel like a raid. Like, you played Borderlands 2, right?
With Borderlands 3?
Yeah, you played it, right?
Yeah, I beat that.
You've done Malouin Takedown?
Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that.
Just that's so simple. If they had something like that in Warframe, dude, I would fucking play that shit like daily, bro. I remember I farmed the fuck out of Malouin Takedown.
And there's really not that many mechanics in that Takedown. It's mostly just ad clear and then, like, staying alive.
Yeah, it's all about, like, positioning, like, on how much damage you can do.
So, like, that's one way you could do it, but the way that I would want it is, like, someone that's been waiting for a raid to come back for 4 years. Mm-hmm. I want basically the exact opposite, and I know this is not going to happen. Yeah. But I want every type of frame to matter. Like, okay, we have a stealth invis frame. There is a bonus objective for a spy vault. It's like, if you go in there,
I'd fuck with that.
And it's like, okay, dude, good thing I brought Ash. Like, he's in Viz. I can go through here. We got the bonus loot. It's like 5 mil credits for everybody. Like, that type of stuff. Make every frame matter. Make it like, it's like, okay, we need a weapon damage frame for this part. Like, this guy, abilities don't work on him. We need, like, get Rhino, get Chroma. Like, drop the big Rubico crit on his face. And then it's like, there's an ad clear section where, like, someone having a Brahma would be good. Like, make everything matter that can show off all the things we can do in this game. Even more, like a parkour section. Like I think you've done that Destiny dungeon, the Grasp of Avarice,
yes.
where there's like a sparrow racing section. Like,
yes.
Showcasing the mobility of the game in a engaging,
I always die on that part, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, but like, like the idea of it, like they added Void Flood, which is a new game mode about like jumping around, and that I don't like that mode, but some people do like that mode. So, and that's another problem with Eidolon fights. It's like, does this really like showing off what this game is all about? This game is not all about just operator void propa shots. It's not. Yeah. It's about jumping around, slicing up enemies, and the Eidolon fight has none of that.
Yeah. And the Eidolon fights, it was designed to be, like an actual boss encounter, because it actually has mechanics. You can't deal damage to the Eidolon unless you strip its shield, and if you don't have a charged lure, it runs away, and it spawns a different location. Now you have to wait till it's vulnerable again. It's a simple but good mechanic. It's the only thing like in like Eidolon hunts it's the only thing in Warframe that requires you to use every single thing in your arsenal. You may say Prophet Taker. No, you don't need an amp for Prophet Taker. But how do you change the elements? Just Void Dash into it. Void Sling. You change the elements.
I might be able to one-up you on that actually. Steel Path, Void Cascade.
What you got? Do you use Arcwing in that? Exactly. Eidolon Hunts takes it.
Use everything that indoor missions allow, okay?
But yes, Eidolon Hunts are the only thing in the game that literally use everything in your arsenal. Yes, even your K drive can be useful. Even your mech can be useful. Not to kill, but just to, use it as
it can be useful to kill if you don't want to just like min-max whatever.
I mean,
like, if you're doing casually, the mech is pretty nice actually.
Casually, okay, if you're gonna do it like that. But usually people for min-maxing, they would use the Necromech as an obstacle, so you can prematurely detonate the Propa detonation with Nova portals, and you can use the Necromech to hold the gate open and to go and see this, so you don't have to waste your time, wait for the door to
Necromech
open.
is so useful. DE can hold the door open for us.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Good thing we got two different ones for different abilities to hold the door open.
Oh yeah. I remember the whole bone wit. If you didn't know, back in the days, it was buggy as fuck, where you can actually displace the Eidolon.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so if usually Eidolon spawns Voms underneath it, right? So you can literally just move the Eidolon out of the way, and you just get free Voms. It was easy lure charge. It was there for like 8 months or some shit until DE was like, nice. No, we have to change this. Yeah, daywalking made easy, but even before that, I spoke about this with Az. Magus Anomaly was buggy on the Gauntless and Hydralus. You can also displace them, like how you move enemies with the Anomaly. So basically you can drag the Eidolon all the way to the gate and kill it there and just walk in.
Rest in peace, Magus Anomaly. Yeah. You will not be forgotten. I took that off of everything. It feels so bad now.
Yeah, they killed Transference. They killed Void Sling. We know it's for mobile players, but seriously, if you're doing this for money and to cash out or some shit,
they are. There's another Prime Resurgence on the way. We just don't know what date it is. Danielle said it on stream. She confirmed there's another Prime Resurgence.
Oh my god.
So, pretty much everyone viewed that as a cash grab.
It is. It is a fucking cash grab, yes. And the old Mangus Lockdown, true. They used to deal damage.
That was busted. All right, 60% HP as puncture. That was broken.
But it was damn good. That was damn good.
That with Garuda's 4 would kill nearly anything in just one hit.
Bruh, and there was actually a strat for speedruns in Eidolon.
Oh yeah, I forgot people were using that for Eidos too.
Yeah, there was a lot of good things, and yeah, granted, they were quite broken. They were really broken. Not gonna lie.
It's like the devs for this game need to they need to decide on do we want wacky overpowered everything, or do we want it to feel somewhat grounded? And I feel like they aren't choosing one or the other, and we kind of got a middle ground where it's okay, I got a corrosive exploding fire rocket launcher that drops napalm, and I also got a generic hunting rifle. Which am I going to use? Oh, by the way, there's like 50 enemies appearing every couple of seconds.
Yeah, exactly. You would go for the AoE shit, right? I don't want to waste my time like, shooting, and then wasting 1 to 4 seconds reloading.
Yeah, you get less loot if you kill enemies slower. Like using a hunting rifle it's factually the wrong thing to do in nearly every situation.
And another
because enemies drop resources. What are you doing in this game? You're farming. Yeah. You're you're trying to like beat the mission. You get a relic or whatever.
Yeah.
Killing slower basically never is useful unless you're like in interception and you don't want more enemies to spawn and you have them like CC'd.
Yeah, or even disruption where single target weapons are actually so much better than AoE.
Yeah, that to an extent, but you could just use melee, which is kind of AoE as well.
Yeah, true.
At the end of the day, it's like, okay, there's like 1 or 2 missions where single target is like important-ish.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go ahead and say it's fully actually important.
Eidolon,
but like it's
Profit
usable.
Taker, Disruption.
And they didn't really do single target any favors with the gun rework or whatever they called it, the Sister Parvos.
Oh.
The arcanes we got were like Merciless, Deadhead, and then
Merciless
Dexterity.
favored AoE big time, Dexterity favored AoE big time.
And the only thing that really, Deadhead's like the only one that's like, oh, this kind of feels like it's for single target.
Guess what?
It's like
gas and electric AoE.
And also, it does not. Yeah, and also it does not proc off of slash proc kills.
Yeah.
So like a lot of times, like, let's just say like Severus. Like I like the Severus. It looks cool. It's not my favorite weapon, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm usually using that for 100 munitions build, which causes slash procs. Mm-hmm. And if I'm using Deadhead, the one that basically feels like it's made for single target, if that enemy dies with slash proc, I didn't get any stacks there. So it's kind of counterintuitive in that regard. And it's like I'm already shooting myself in the foot using this thing. That I really feel like they should have made another arcane specifically for like assault rifles and like hunting rifles.
Like how the old Acolyte mods, right? While aiming or while getting a headshot, they should have arcanes, like gun arcanes that proc off of that. Like you have Arcane Rage, Precision. They all proc off headshot or headshot crits. It'll be interesting if we have a base damage arcane like that. Like every few seconds you just get a headshot and you have base damage. Deadhead would have made more sense like that,
That's something you could do but like that technically could still be abused by AoE though. You gotta remember that because AoE rocket launchers can get headshots.
Yeah.
So what I was more thinking specifically is for like weapons like assault rifle, like let's say the Super Vandal, 300 round magazine. Like dang, what are you doing with all those bullets? You're pretty much spending like 20 of them on one enemy. So a new arcane that scales with how much bullets in your magazine you have could only benefit assault rifles. And it wouldn't benefit AoE stuff at all.
High magazine, the more magazine you have, the more damage you deal?
Yes. Something like that. Not exactly that, but like every consecutive hit gives you plus damage, plus status and crit until reload.
You mean like the Anointment in Borderlands 3 consecutive hits give you increased damage?
I think I remember that, yeah. I mostly played Moe's, so I was just blowing enemies up with the bear, so I didn't really use guns that much.
I mean, Moe's meta is consecutive hits, consecutive hits thing, with heat weapons. Same thing with Amara and fucking... Anyway, most of them just, Yeah.
Basically, I was pretty much playing Wukong in Borderlands, and I played that, where I summoned my Iron Bear turret. It had like a nuke launcher that like aimbotted everything, and I just like stood in the back and watched it work. But yeah, I feel like DE did not really do single target any favors with that update. And any favors they did, I mean, Deadhead's not that hard to proc on AoE stuff if you do it the right angle. So it was a losing battle, and it never was like something that they were actively seeking to fix in the first place.
You know what I wish? I wish that they buff at least primary single target guns, right, with innate punch through. Like
to start, yep.
Yeah, like that would have made it so much better, and single target weapons would feel better, and also have at least a passive that if you get a headshot, they would ricochet or something to make it slightly more, just to have a fighting chance against AoE weapons. Because AoE weapons are just so powerful.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. Is like, even if it was, let's just say, like, damage-wise, the single target, let's say the Soma Prime and the Super Vandal, it kills every enemy in one bullet. Like, are you going to even use that still? When, at the same level, your Brahma kills 10 dudes with one shot?
True.
It's like, it doesn't matter if my Soma's doing 1 million damage per bullet if it takes one bullet to kill a guy. But the punch through it kind of helped there.
Imagine a damage arcane, base damage arcane, or even an X-list that gives you punch through and ammo mutation. Imagine just like a merciless, right? It gives you base damage, right? If you do a certain thing, and every consecutive hits will increase your base damage, and it gives you punch through and ammo mutation as its passive. That would be one of the best fucking arcanes for single target weapons.
And a Void Hydra. Imagine that.
A what?
A Void Hydra.
What's that?
Oh, never mind. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I'll really do that. I'll work with that. And recently, I've been like survival in Steel Path is just so annoying because even if you have so much KPS, life support just doesn't drop. I'm killing a bunch of enemies in a matter of seconds. I'm still having problem with life support. Like, it's insane.
That's been a thing the whole time, though. Like, pretty much Necros has been meta for survivals because of that alone. Like, back in the day, Necros didn't... He had to push the button every time he wanted to desecrate. They were, like... If you were playing Necros, like, you were the most important team member and the least important team member because you were not killing anything, but you were spamming. Like... Yeah. That's because the life support drops, like you're talking about. And that wasn't even in Steel Path. That was in, like, Tier 3 Survival or whatever it was called back then, where every relic mission was on the Void. Yeah, but very different times.
But seriously, they need to bump up the life support. Like, imagine having a high KPS build and you're still struggling with life support. It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. But other than that, like, what do you think DE needs to do or change in this game, you know, to keep it more alive than it is now? No, just okay. But let's say two things, just to keep it simple. I know there are definitely a lot of shit that they need to do, but two major things that come to your mind that aren't like new mission. Okay.
Okay. So completely abandon the mobile version of the game you're working on.
But that's money, Gas.
It is money. But hey, you're asking what I think they should do.
But you want money.
Focus on the actual version of the game. Don't focus on making a mobile game. Give us some aspirational end game content that's not 3-4 years old, with the same rewards that you had in the old aspirational end game content. Before you remove that, you just copy paste the rewards over. So just get rid of that mobile version. Or if it is going to be a thing, make it separate from the game so it's not going to hold us back. Like, make it Diablo Immortal, but not Diablo Immortal paying wise.
You gotta be careful with that.
As Diablo Immortal is to Diablo 3, which, like, okay, this is the mobile version. It's separate. Like, it doesn't have anything to do with us. We got legendary gems for $50 over here. I mean, $10,000.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. Idea-ish similar to Diablo Immortal. Warframe Immortal, separate from Warframe Normal.
So
okay.
Wait. Do I need a kidney, an extra kidney for this shit, or what? What is it? How are we gonna play this?
At least 2, yeah.
2. Goddamn. Okay.
Yeah, but that's number 1. Is like bring back the old DE. Bring back the DE that launched the Plains of Eidolon. And I know that's impossible, but hey, if you know what,
I feel like they lost their passion for a lot of things.
Does Pablo got any brothers or sisters you can hire? Because maybe get some more Pablos up in there. He's doing a good job. That man carries the whole team. It feels like he did the entire augment rework update on his own, from what I've been told.
But most of them weren't that great.
Well, I know, but at the same time, imagine if one other person was helping him there. It's like, oh, hey, Ash Smoke Shadow was kind of cool. Increased crit chance for Ash. Every other one kind of sucked, but that one was kind of cool. Imagine we got a bunch of those, but we didn't because it's only on him while he's also designing. I think he was designing a frame around then too. So he's designed like some of the best frames in the game: Harrow, Nidus, Nezha rework, Saren rework. Like, this man knows what he's talking about and doing. Hey, we don't talk about it. Sometimes you gotta take an L, okay, to make the W's look better, and that's what he did.
Oh, dude.
But like, dude, seriously, he does so much, and like now he's even on the dev streams. Like he replaced the other guy that was on there so far.
What was the guy? The drunk guy?
Kratos. Yeah, no, Kratos was on there.
No, and, the big guy with the beard. He used to drink. He was always like, he always looked like he was stoned as fuck as well. Scott, was it Scott? Someone is saying in chat, Scott. Right.
But either way, like Pablo is like. Pablo's been like one of the top devs there for a long time. Like, yeah, not every choice he makes is like favorable. It's like, oh, I'm pretty sure he's the one who decided to nerf the Catch Moon kit gun like way back. And it's
I feel like, I don't know if this is, I'm just speculating. Maybe Pablo does do things that are just like, they'll be so good for the game. But then there's, of course, someone that's higher up says, no, we can't have this. There's usually that, you know, there will be that kind of situation happening in the background. It's like we don't know, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's like a senior like gameplay designer. I'm sure he has a boss. Actually, I know for a fact he has a boss because I was actually on his stream this one time when he was talking about Warframe. He's like, I just got a text from my boss. I got to stop talking about this.
Oh shit.
This was years ago, so it's not recent, but. Yeah, so I mean that stuff definitely does happen, and it's like, and even Pablo is like realistic too. Like he is a guy that plays the game. I believe he's like MR 31 or 32, and I was at his stream. He does stream as well, and he was grinding out K Drive mastery fodder.
Pain.
And he's just like, why is this a thing? Like, right? Why is this a thing? There's 4 of these things, and you gotta grind them out for mastery.
Exactly.
All the mastery.
Mr. Warframe guy, sorry. Mr. Warframe employee there. Okay.
High-ranking employee that could probably get that stuff changed, but okay. Yeah. But yeah, number 1, aspirational content, which also is in tandem with potentially canceling the mobile version. They're like, they also need to hire more people. It feels like too, because I don't feel like they can really keep up.
They did have like a job listing, right? They're looking for like, and dude, the requirements are like mad high. Like they're asking for like mad skills to be able to be applied. Yeah, which is good.
I don't want
but
any
then
more Dog Days employees.
Yeah, but then what the fuck is still happening back in DE, bro? If you're asking for mad skills, you gotta supply the moolah, right? So people can actually bring those mad skills and actually.
I feel like they have funding too. Like they were bought out. Was it like December 2020? Like they should have funding for this. I just don't think they have, like, bottom line, this is a niche game. Like, we can we love it, okay? I love this game.
Same.
I have $500 in fashion for this game, at least. I've got thousands and thousands of hours. It's a niche game, okay? It's a niche game. There's no PvP, really. It's just PvE, killing mindless ads, pissing on the anthill, basically, at this point. Mm-hmm. Who's if you are a developer out there, are you going to be moving to Canada to work on this game? Are you? Like, I probably wouldn't. Like, if I was a developer, maybe I would, because I love it so much. I've been playing it for years. But like, if I could choose between this, I could choose between like whatever, Amazon Studios. I guess I have a ex-girlfriend that works there, and like she says it's pretty good. Like any studio you're working at, like as long as it's a big game, like let's say you're gonna go work at Respawn, like oh my gosh, like they're pogging off, like Apex is always doing so good. You're probably gonna want to look at games like that.
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
public eye, haven't pretty much fallen off. Like Warframe kind of peaked around like early, like right before Fortuna came out, I feel like, and now we're kind of like on a downward spiral where we're really hoping things don't get worse.
Exactly. I mean, let's be honest. Warframe is very unique. It has a lot of good things that have blown away a lot of people, right? But then there's just not enough to keep them there. Most of us are hanging by a thread, or just like, FOMO, or this is the only thing that's keeping us going. Like
but like I was saying, like I feel like a lot of talent is not actively seeking out to work at DE, and from what I've heard from some of my subs and viewers that live in Canada, that DE, I've been told DE is not the best place to work at.
Damn.
Like the universities around there don't recommend that the students go work at DE because there's management problems.
Damn.
Yeah. So more than meets the eye, it seems, and that could maybe explain some things with why like where we're like, hey, it feels like there's something wrong behind the scenes, like the management might not be doing very well. It's like, oh, even the university teachers and professors are saying this as well.
Damn.
So, but yeah, like, I know that some people have gone to work there that have, like, you know, chosen to go there, but those are like ex-content creators that have like moved over there for, I'm not sure which position, I'm guessing like a gameplay tester position.
Ex-content creators?
Yeah, I think his name was Inexpensive Gamer. He started to go work at DE.
Who?
I don't know what he does there, but he seemed like a pretty cool dude. He used to like roll ribbons and stuff. And I was actually pretty happy when I heard that he got hired. But I don't know what he's doing there.
God damn.
But that was the first thing. So let's see, what would the second thing be? You might like this idea. Okay, so shoot. I mean, people like fashion frames so much, right? Like,
okay, you kind of lost me, huh? But keep going.
I spent $500 on fashion frame. Like, how about? Now, bear with me.
Okay.
A gender bend fashion frame option. So I could make male Saren. I could make female Nidus. I could make female Rhino. Think of how cool that could potentially be for different types of looks.
I understand what you're going through, what you're saying, but then think about it. That's actually, they have to recreate the whole model, rig the whole model.
No, just make it like void shell skins. It only works on that one skin.
No. The thing is, with how they make skins, right? They have to put them on a base model already, a base rig and everything. So it's going to be a lot harder.
We clipped through everything already. Why, it wouldn't even matter.
But they would
Who cares if Saren's got some stuff that she's got to deal with now? It's going to clip through anyway.
I know, but they would have to like remake everything and then create, unique animations for a male pose, because, unless like, oh, we don't want this, instead of like, you have a male character with a feminine pose.
You can literally do that right now. I have like a seductive breakdance animation on my Limbo.
I get that, but for something that's already gender bent, they would want something different, I'm down for it, but yes, that would require a lot more work, because there's how many frames? 44? And now they would have to.
I mean, it wouldn't be for every frame right away. I mean, we got void shell skin. How many of those got? Like 3?
Yeah, I mean,
they haven't announced any other ones
over the course. Yeah, it would be interesting. Yeah, they also need a unique. They need to be actually. They need to stand out, and then they need to have people, recognize them as well. It's a lot of work when it comes to that.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah,
but void shell skins are a lot of work, and like people love those.
Yeah. But I did do animation, new media, and film in college. So I've went through fucking rigging and modeling. It is not fun. Okay, it takes a lot of work. So I get what you want, but that's actually a lot of work.
Oh, I know.
That is a lot.
But it'd also be a lot of money for them.
It would be a lot of money, but then at what costs?
Well, we already discussed that they don't have enough staff to do like the things they're already trying to do. So it's just me daydreaming, honestly.
Yeah, I get you. For me personally, I just want something, recreational, sustainable, something that can keep us going, and that's Endgame worthy.
You want to feel challenged in this game. And you don't feel challenged by Eidolon fights right now, right?
No. I only feel challenged when I'm trying to do a new strat and I fuck up.
Yeah.
That's me. When I'm trying to shoot the Zenith through the thing. Where is it again? I got it.
A lot of things too. It's just like, I feel like we're kind of like pigeonholed in specific builds, which I feel like there's not enough build variety in this game. Mm-hmm. I think a really nice kind of update would be like, go back over not every mod, but lots of mods that have like, okay, what percentage of people have diamond skin equipped, right? Like,
what the fuck is that?
It's like radiation resistance. Like, if this mod has a less than 1% equip rate, this mod is getting reworked in this update. So, for example, Warm Coat is getting buffed. It's gonna have base health regen now. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do that. Like, diamond skin now it makes it where you reflect bullets 25% of the time. Like, make it where these mods that have. You don't even know what that you have like everything in the game. You don't even know what that mod does.
Yes.
Now you will know what that mod does because it is somewhat interesting.
Yes.
Like that type of stuff.
That's actually fucking
not every
good.
mod's for every situation. I ain't gonna be running a health regen mod for level 10,000 enemies because that 5 health regen per second ain't doing anything.
True.
But for casual play, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. IPS mods need a rework. Yeah, they also do need a rework.
Yes, IPS mods are like a noob trap, pretty much. They throw them at you like crazy as a new player. And it's like, I'm going to upgrade Shredder. It's like, what is Shredder? It's like, slash damage for shotgun. It's like,
wow.
Your shotgun doesn't even have any slash on it. You don't even know what you're doing. Like,
true.
Yeah. A forced tutorial for modding would be nice, too, for new players.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Like, if you open the game, like, usually when you finish the whole Vor introduction quest, you're introduced to the arsenal. If you open up arsenal, you'll have an option like a tutorial thing. Not like it can be forced onto you. Like, hey, do you want to watch this? You can click off, say no, or actually watch it. Then it will show you like a basic example. You put serration, it will give you base damage, and it will affect these other mods. You put crit, now you're critting. And multi-shot makes
or even tied to the story. It's like you get your ass kicked by Vor, and then Lotus is like, we need to mod your gear and make you stronger. So let's figure out how corrosive damage happens.
Yeah, exactly. How do we get more damage out of this? Multi-shot will make you have extra bullets, have a chance to shoot out an extra bullet. Like, no way, that's fucking cool. Actually, multi-shot is like one of my favorite like gun modding things.
But you don't have multi-shot as a new player, so I think they should just keep it simple for the stupid, or the new people.
The stupid,
where it's
yes.
They're not stupid. No,
you see,
you would have to be really. If you can figure out this modding situation just by looking at it for the first time, like you are nowhere near stupid.
True.
But just be like, okay, let's say they give you like a damaged infected clip, a damaged electric rifle mod, because both the starting weapons are for rifles, so they could actually technically do this, where it's like you go in.
None of this broken mod shit. Like, what the fuck? Come on, I hate that.
You go in like you lose, and like it's pretty much, it's not a completely scripted loss. If you were to deal like 1 damage to Vor like 500 times, like maybe there could be like a meme mode that it's like, yo, you actually beat him without actually knowing what you're doing. You have a bright future ahead of you on the forums. No, it's like you lose like a somewhat scripted loss, and then you go back and it's like, oh my gosh, yellow health, corrosive. Like, I know it's not that simple, but it's like, if the enemy has armor, mod for elementals that are good against armor. And it's like, they don't set you up for that at all. It's like, your damage will fall off. I think it's like 2 or 3 planets in, and then you're completely lost. And it's like, all right, time to figure out what I'm doing, because I feel weak now.
Yeah, I got to go to YouTube. I got to go to Google, type shit.
If they even think about it. At that point, it's like, I'm only on the 2nd planet, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, is this the game for me?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's in addition to like the timers you're waiting on, like the 12-hour timer for the gun or whatever.
For new players, a lot of players actually stop. I know someone, a friend of mine, he played Warframe with me, right? He brought his brother into the game. His brother couldn't stand it because he had to wait for a cool weapon that his brother had. I'm like, what the fuck? So I have to pay platinum just to rush it so I can use it? And it's still not going to be as strong as yours because I have to put Forma, reload. Like, he got turned off so quick by that whole thing that he just completely stopped playing.
Yeah, like this game has had that for a while where it's like, I have some friends that play Destiny. Like, I have some IRL friends I went to school with that play Destiny, and they're like, oh, like, how's Warframe? I'm like, oh, try it. There's like, I played it years ago. I remember Frost is really cool. Like, he bought Frost. But like, this is like complete noob energy cool, here. Like, he bought a Frost. He bought like whatever else. And like, I load in. I'm like MR32. He's like, show me something cool in this game because he hadn't played it for years. And like, I'm like, oh, let's go do an Eidolon fight. And he's just like, okay, how do I even fight it? He couldn't even fight it, dude, because he didn't have the operator unlocked.
True.
And I'm like, this is just not really fun at all. Like, what, was I supposed to show him like a survival? Look at this, the same enemies you're fighting the other mission, but there's more now. I
mean, you could have taken him to, I don't know, what's something that someone who hasn't unlocked. Oh, the Jackal. That would have been a cool fight.
That's not, no. We're talking a guy that plays Destiny, bro. I ain't showing him a Jackal fight and expecting him to be impressed.
I mean, Destiny's, I'm sorry. For someone who played Destiny, a Jackal could be interesting, right? I mean, the closest thing they have to is what is that? What is that mob? I forgot the name.
Jackal?
No, in Destiny.
The new Vex enemy, the Wyvern?
Yeah, okay, like a Wyvern. Yeah, okay. Something like that.
But yeah. So I was trying to find a cool mission to show him, and then he gets back to his ship. He's like, "Oh, this game has those really long timers. Yeah, this is a mobile game. I'm out of here." He has not played since then.
Oof.
So, I don't know, like, they must really be making a lot of money off those timers to be keeping them in, because I feel like that's pushing away a lot of people.
It is.
That are like potential new players.
It is one of the most one of the worst part about Warframe is just like waiting for something to craft. Like if you're gonna make it, you know, give it craft timers, make it something, you know, bearable. Like put it into the foundry, let it craft, and it says go do a mission and come back. It's done. Then like, oh shit, you're excited. Now I can use this weapon. Now I want to try it in a mission. But you have to wait 12 to 24 hours. If it costs
72 hours for a frame, by the way.
Sorry?
72 hours for a frame.
Exactly. For example,
like, that's just ridiculous, man. That is just ridiculous. If
your weapon needs Orkin cells and another thing expected to take a 24-hour craft, that's like what the fuck? A Warframe, a new Warframe. You've been playing this Warframe now for like a week, and then you see a video like, oh, freaking Saren can nuke the map. She has these toxin powers, and you grind your way all the way to Sedna.
Or you drop some cash and buy Saren Prime.
Yeah, you can do that, but you know, for someone who's like free to play grinder, first of all, Ziozang, thank you so much. He makes his way all the way to Sedna, farms Kayla the Thame, gets the frame, and is like, finally,
yikes,
I got this bitch. Put her in the foundry. Right, now you have to wait 3 days. You're stuck playing Ureli or something because your friend said it was haha funny, let me gift him Ureli. Right? And you're not having a good time. That's all you got playing. And now Ureli will be stuck as your first most used Warframe. Right? Now, whenever you helmet the Warframe away, you're going to be returned to Ureli. Yeah. Live with that.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
When you put it like that, what am I even doing here?
Or you have to wait 12 hours and then 72. Right, you have to craft the pieces first. And then you have to... Oh, yeah.
It feels like a thing that was added in, like, 2014 and then never was thought about ever again.
Yep.
You know? Like, I really feel like it's doing more hurting than helping. I really do.
Yeah. It's annoying. It's annoying. But yeah, like I hope they do something about that, and you know,
they're not.
So, as a Warframe content creator, where do you see yourself within this journey, especially especially how things are going?
Well, you know, like it is what it is right now. Like I've loved the game the entire time. I still play it basically every day for fun, even when I'm not streaming, not making videos. But I really feel like DE needs to move the game forward. We've pretty much been doing the same stuff for all these years. Void Angels were cool. Void Angels,
cool. Yeah, those are right.
Are a cool concept. I'd say maybe if we get a raid, we need some aspirational content. I need some aspirational content in this game. I need like weeklies. After all these years, we finally got weeklies.
What weeklies?
We got these every week on Wednesdays. What's her name? Paula Dina at Iron Wake. You turn in 10 ribbon slivers for some Kuva.
Come on, that's not a weekly. That's just that's a saint.
It is a weekly reset. Yes, it is.
Oh my god, that's
and
so
then Art Demon
bro.
Yamante, whatever her name is, you give her some void pinions, and that's the reset every weekly too.
That's copium as fuck, dude.
Well, you know what? We're doing what we have here. It took us multiple years to get that in the first place. And I was complaining about ribbon slivers before Deimos even came out.
Oh, that is so bad. Like I even like that. That's how bad. I forget she even exists, bro.
Okay, well, either way, make it feel like an actual fleshed out game after all these years. Not just like, oh, you know what? It is Wednesday. We should probably give some Kuva to that person that weekly that they've been asking for 2. You know, it is Wednesday, so we should probably do that. Like an actual game that I feel like all these crazy builds are being utilized properly. It's like I got a raid boss right here. I'm fighting the man on the wall. I'm fighting Vahak, whoever they end up throwing in there. Also, I want every like type of content island, like gear wise, like my railjack, my even my K-Drive, whatever. I want that to all be utilized in this endgame content as well. Like, if they make a raid and there's no railjack in it, I might be a little bit upset, honestly. Because those are the types of encounters and, like, grand situations where I feel like a railjack would be appropriate. Like some, like Hunhao, like that gigantic sentient dude in the story.
I would love to fucking fight Hunhao.
Yeah, fight him in your railjack, like launching missiles at his face. Like he puts up a shield, all these sentient fighters come out, like swarming you.
And then you have to invade like a ship to take it down. Like it's part of his like network of fucking sentient hive mind.
And like I know a lot of people hate railjack, and like that makes people cringe. But like, dude, if it's used properly, I feel like you would actually maybe enjoy it a little more than you currently do.
People hate Railjack. It's because of the launch of Railjack. It was so scuffed.
It was probably one of the worst things that DE has ever done. I'm not even gonna lie.
It was so bad.
I'm not gonna go into it right now because it just makes me feel sad. But like, it was really, really bad. Like not just for the gameplay, but for our public image. Exactly. I feel like we will never come back from Railjack launch ever. Like literally ever.
It was. Oh my god. I couldn't.
They paid so many YouTubers to make videos on Railjack, and some of them couldn't even upload their videos because it was so buggy. I'm guessing they still got paid too.
They would have to play that shit. Oh my god, bro, damn.
If you haven't seen that one sea shanty song from the Railjack launch, I highly recommend it. You will have a good laugh if you were there. If you were there for the Railjack launch, check out the Railjack sea shanty song. And thank me later.
Okay, I'll check that out. But goddamn, yeah, we've been at this for 1 hour and 30 minutes, my dude. That was a decent podcast, yeah.
Feels like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, damn. I just checked the time right now. It was like we've been.
I can talk all day, and I usually do.
I bet you do. I mean, you are the rant video guy, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, but you got to do it for us this time. You've warmed up enough, right?
All right.
Let's hear it.
Cora was nerfed, and Nightmare denied it for multiple months.
No, that's not what I meant.
He was acting like she didn't get nerfed, and there was no changes.
No, the
the damage number didn't go down, but you couldn't whip through walls anymore. So what? Does it have to be a damage number reduction for you to actually call it a nerf?
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty shallow, dude.
You know, actually, what nerfed Cora really hard right now, more than that, it's the Gladiator stat stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that was pain, bro.
That's not a nerf, man. That's not a nerf. No,
that was a nerf.
It's not direct. It's not directly. It's a separate item. Okay.
It hurt. It not only did it hurt Cora, it hurt Atlas. Atlas was holding onto that thing like a crutch. Right now.
Okay. So we're doing an outro here. All right.
Yeah.
What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and we're about to end this podcast episode. Make sure you hit up Nightmare on YouTube and Twitch, and while you're at it, also hit me up too, Gaz, at
YouTube and
twitch.tv/Gaz_TTV and youtube.com/Gaz_TTV.
Exactly.
Pumping out some build videos, rant videos, farming videos.
Mostly rant videos. Let's be honest.
And everything in between.
Yes, the links will be in the description and all that. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. Oh, you're right. Yeah. You gotta say the unacceptable thing.
No. That's not trademark yet. That's not trademark.
Go on. You said it in the other video. I was happy.
That one to take off the ground a little bit.
I was happy to hear that one on that video.
Yeah, that was for you anyway. So good.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out and chatting about the good old days and the current times of Warframe, how it went from being that to now being flaccid.
This is basically how I talk on my stream all the time, by the way. Like, I'm always talking about this. Like, we go in. Like, you think I got crazy ideas on this video? Wait until you see me live, bro. You about to be like, what the hell did I just watch?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just don't be stupid on the chat, you know.
Yeah, just don't be stupid or I'm gonna ban you.
I've seen it live.
No. First I'm gonna play with you, then I'm gonna ban you. All right, we done?
Yeah, we good, man.
All right, man. It's been fun talking with you. I'll see you sometime soon. All right.
All right, man. You have a good one. Peace.